Hey guys, Andrew here with DrewFit. I want to thank you for tuning in. Today's video topic is going to be on polyunsaturated fatty acids or seed oils, fish oils, nut butters, whatever you want to call it, and how it pertains to accelerating the aging process. But before I jump into that, as always, if you guys can please subscribe to my channel, like or share this video with somebody that can use this information, and also give me a follow on Instagram at DrewFit for more health tips. Now, I wanted to do this video because I've been getting a lot of questions on my last seed oil video talking about, seed oils and certain foods and stuff like that, and what the mechanism cause is as to why they're so bad. So I jotted a few notes down here for you guys. But one thing to think about is, take a look at your diet right now. How often are you eating at restaurants? And I want you to think as seed oils, polyunsaturated fatty acids, all of this stuff as an accumulative effect. I know a lot of people are big on, preaching that omega-3s are healthy fats, taking fish oil is good. And I do believe that, in a lot of these short-term studies that you do see short-term benefit. But I think a lot of these studies miss out on the years and decades of accumulation of consuming these seed oils and just the effect it has on slowing down the detoxification pathways, the accumulation within tissues and stuff like that. So I really want you to think about what your consumption looks like. And I'll give you guys some tips and pointers on how to get on the right path to overcoming, polyunsaturated fatty acid toxicity or, detoxing from these things. So first note I put here, like I just talked about, that these oils do accumulate in our tissues. And essentially what this does is that it decreases our mitochondrial respiration activity, which not only does it do that, but it also decreases our thyroid production and metabolic rate. And all three of these things have been shown to really accelerate the aging process. In regards to mitochondrial respiration, meaning that the cell is not, performing like apoptosis and rejuvenating and stuff like that, and discarding of the old cells and creating new cells. It really slows down that process. And then as it pertains to thyroid and metabolic rate, the way that this accelerates the aging process is essentially when you're not producing enough T3 and you're being bombarded with these oils and, living a stressful state, you're going to be increasing a lot of these stress hormones, and these stress hormones downregulate our entire system, and those really accelerate the aging process. Next, I put capillary permeability, and essentially what this is inhibiting proper blood flow and proper assimilation of a lot of nutrients throughout the blood. And PUFA, when it's high within the body, it really inhibits glucose oxidation and activates lipid peroxidation, which you don't want. The body's main fuel source is glucose, and when you're not being able to digest and assimilate and utilize glucose at a cellular level, then you're going to run into issues. You're going to really accelerate the aging process. And a lot of the times that we see in people that have neurodegenerative diseases, and this is my take on the fact, things like Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, stuff like that, is it's actually a shrinking brain. And my theory behind that is because of the accumulation of these oils and not being able to utilize glucose appropriately, that you're not getting fuel to the organs like you should. And essentially what's going to happen is your body pulls that sugar from within, starts consuming of itself, your skin, other organs like your brain, your liver, your kidneys, stuff like that. Your body will actually pull from those organs to get that fuel source when your body is being bombarded with these oils that are inhibiting that action from occurring. So another thing to think about, capillary permeability, and another thing that happens when this occurs is inflammation and tissue damage as well. Next, I put that these oils also increase prostaglandin production. And again, this is another thing that accelerates the degeneration process. Prostaglandin is, whenever it's elevated, it's really associated in a lot of diseases that you see in aging people. And the next one I put is that it decreases free cholesterol, which when combined with PUFA can form brain plaques and lead to, again, more neurodegenerative diseases. Things like Alzheimer's has been shown to have that effect. The next thing I put on here was actually the age spots that we see on people as they get older. A lot of people tend to get them on the back of their hands or on the back of their shoulders. even on their chest and stuff like that. And that they call age spots, or you could also look up lipofuscin. And this has been shown to really accelerate the aging process, and it really just ages the skin. And a lot of people also get these on their face later on in life. From the research that I've read, is that it is in large part due by the consumption of these oils, these unsaturated fats, in combination with getting too much blue light, not getting enough of the spectrum of the sun, the healthy red lights as well. But that combination really accelerates the aging process, and that's why the sun gets such a bad rep, in my opinion. Is number one, we're not utilizing it right. We're not getting all of the proper rays throughout the proper part of the day, morning, noon, and the evening hours. But on top of that, we're throwing in these reactive seed oils that have an effect on our skin. So something to think about here, guys. I think this is very interesting, and I think that if we dove deep into the research, that you'll see a lot of the root issues that people have, whether it's just symptomatic issues or a lot of diseases further on down the road. In my opinion, that we can look at a base level that a lot of these unsaturated oils that we're consuming have an accumulation effect and lead to a lot of these aging diseases and just aging the body as a whole much earlier than it should be. So the biggest thing that you guys can do to eliminate these things, number one, obviously eat a diet low in polyunsaturated fats. I know it's difficult, but also supplement things like vitamin E, a good quality vitamin E supplement, as well as aspirin. Those have both shown to help mitigate the damaging effects, as well as detoxify polyunsaturated fats from the lysosomes of the cells. And I heard that if you're doing a strict PUFA-free diet and taking these supplements, that it takes actually a couple years to really get your body back to a healthy level. So it's definitely a marathon, but if you're interested in improving your overall health long-term, this is something you're gonna wanna take into account. But if you guys have any questions or comments, please drop them below. I'd love to hear from you guys, but also don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.